First and foremost, we'd like to give all honor and glory and praise unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakakadash. Double honors to our apostles and elders of Great Millstone, to all the Akim out there teaching and preaching this truth with 144% sincerity, to the men, women, and children listening and learning, to the Bayash Dabadat, the house of David. This is Men of Valor Las Vegas Camp, coming to you through the will and power of Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shai. You so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, and Seminole Indians, as well as you speckled birds whose father's line goes back, you are the true children of Israel that the Bible speaks of. Salvation belongeth unto you, and you alone. First and foremost, to the 144,000 elect men, and then the multitude of the men, women, and children who believe upon the testimony. 2/3 of the nation of Israel will perish, will be deleted, will be canceled here on the shores of Babylon the Great, aka Sodom and Gomorrah, aka Egypt, aka Rome 2.0, here on the shores of America. All right, but without further ado, we have a lesson for you today. Letting you know, who Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai loves, and the breath, and who the breath was given to. All right, that breath of life was given to. All right, it was not given unto all nations. It was given unto the children of Israel. So, Lord willing, this lesson be edifying, uplifting to the body. And without further ado, we'll go ahead and get into the lesson.
Genesis 2:7. It says, "And Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai, thy power, formed man of the dust of the ground, and breathed unto his nostrils the breath of life, and man became a living soul."
Right. So here it is, Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai has formed man, all man, from the dust of the ground. All right. As a matter of fact, we're going to go ahead and get into that word dust right quick. Brother's going to go ahead and pull it out. You got it, Club?
Yeah. This is in a blue letter 6082. It goes H 6082.
83.
What? Oh, I'm looking at the one. Yeah, H 6083.
Par.
Yeah. It says dry earth, dust, powder, ashes, earth, ground, mortar, rubbish, dry or loose earth. What's that? Debris, mortar, and ore.
Right. So Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai has used us, all right, as a building block. All right. Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai is the rock of our salvation, and the mortar, right? He has fastened us together with like vessels, like clay vessels. All right, and the mortar, to bind every brick together for a strong house, a strong foundation. All right, and that is for the nation of Israel. Okay, and as it goes into that word ore, all right, that ore is a precious mineral. Matter of fact, Salaki, I have it over here, and it's that mineral. Yeah, you got it.
It says an ore is a natural occurring rock of mineral. This shit.
Deposit.
Yeah, deposit containing valuable. I know this word.
Substances.
Yeah, substance. Usually metals that can be extracted and processed at a profit.
All right. So, Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai has his nations, all right, as what? As a precious metal. What is a precious metal? Silver, gold, all right, as we're being refined as in the fire as silver and gold, all right, the precious metal that is profitable, all right, and his nation, Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai's nation, is going to be profitable unto him, as we were in times past, all right, because we bear the name of Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai, Yasharah, all right, he Prince of the Power. All right, is to follow after the way of Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai, not forsaking. All right, but we only had to go through this because we were made subject, all right, unto it.
And it also says iron ore, copper ore, and gold ore, and aluminum ore.
Right. So these are precious metals, okay? All right, so now Yahweh Shem Shai has these things here for us. All right, has these things here for us to seek out and to understand that we can be likened unto that precious metal once we start receiving this word of Yahweh Shem Shai and doing and rehearsing and practicing the righteous acts. All right.
Second address.
Salakia, get the
You want me to get
breath
breath? I got you.
right quick.
Breath goes back to the Hebrews 53:96.
Speak up, son.
Hebrews 53:97, and it goes into Nashama, which is breath or spirit. And going into Strong's definition, it says vital, the wind or vital breath, divine inspiration or intellect.
Right.
And going here, it says the spirit of the Most High imparting life and wisdom. So that's the law, statutes, and commandments.
Right. Hey, so Yahweh Shem Shai provided us with knowledge, wisdom. All right, giving us the ability to be above these other nations. All right, because the law, statutes, and commandments were given unto Yahweh Shem Shai's people. All right, no other nation has the heritage, as it says in the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 6. All right, where we have this word for our heritage. All right, this was imparted unto us as a nation. All right, but how much more in this time should we be seeking out the word of Yahweh Shem Shai? How many more times should we continue to go off? All right, Yahweh Shem Shai has already stated it's high time to wake. Our salvation is nearer than we believe. Okay? So as in this testimony, in this doctrine of Yahweh Shem Shai, we must trust and we must do our due diligence. All right, doing the work and performing and rehearsing the righteous acts of Yahweh Shem Shai to the best of our ability. Obeying the laws, statutes, and commandments, so on and so forth. All right, you got it.
More on the breath or
No, you wanted
second address?
Yeah,
Nostrils?
I'm right here.
Oh, nostrils.
Oh,
Go
go
ahead.
on definition.
All right, you skip the nostrils, it's fine.
Okay.
You got it.
Second Esdras 3 and verse 4, it says, O Lord, who bears rule, thou spakest at the beginning, when thou didst plant the earth, and that thyself alone, and commandest the people, and gavest a body unto Adam without soul.
Right. Hey, here it is. Like it was stated earlier before, every man, every nation that was created out of the dust. All right. Adam didn't have a soul until he received what? That breath of life.
I was going to say it right here.
Yeah.
Which was the workmanship of thine hands, and didst breathe into him the breath of life, and he was made living before thee.
Right. So that living soul. As it go, read 3 again. Read 2 and 7 again for me.
Is back on Genesis 2 and 7 again. It says, "And Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai, thy power formed man of the dust of the ground, and breathed into his nostrils the breath of life, and man became a living soul."
Right. And that's Slakia. That right there is just the powers, because that's God, right? Or is that Lord?
Lord.
Is it in all caps?
All caps.
So that's Yahweh.
Yeah. All right. So giving the strength unto Yahweh Shem Yahushai, right? Giving us the wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. All right. Yahweh Shem Yahushai is the one that provided it unto us, that we may be able to have what we have: the law, statutes, and commandments, counsel. All right. This is provided by Yahweh Shem Yahushai. This very thing, this precious thing, this breath. All right. Hey, you're not living if you don't have Yahweh Shem Yahushai. Especially if you're of the nation of Israel. You're truly just walking dead. All right, as they show on TV. All right.
And I had another 3 real quick. It's Second Esdras, chapter 6 and verse 54. It says, and after these which is speaking about the creation, and it was speaking of the this is going into the creation of man, but speaking about the creation before, because man was made on the seventh day. All right. I believe he was, seventh day, right? After Slakia, he was made on the sixth day, but the last of all the creations, because he was made after, as it says in the verse above.
Yeah, because the seventh day it goes in. Yeah, it goes into the seventh.
It says, and after these, Adam also, whom thou madest Lord of all thy creatures, of him come we all, and the people also whom thou hast chosen. So, the Lord made that separation from the Adamites and the sons of God right there. The chosen seed line of the Most High's people. It says, all this have I spoken before thee, O Lord, because thou madest the world for our sake. So just to point out that separation between Adam, and the sons of God, which are now the Israelites, from all the other nations, because the Adamites were these other nations on the on the earth. It was multiple people.
Right. So Yahweh Shem Yahushai, it said he has, as he says in Deuteronomy, right? He has divided, the heritage, right? He has separated it for himself, roughly paraphrasing scripture. All right? You got it.
This is going to be the book of Sirach. It's going to be chapter 17, verse 7. And it says, withal, he filled them with the knowledge of understanding and showed them good and evil. Verse 8, he set his eye upon their hearts, that he might show them the greatness of his works.
Right. So Yahweh Shem Yahushai set his eye upon our hearts, upon our minds, all right, to show us the good and evil. Hey, this is what to do, this is what not to do. This is the way you walk, this is the way you don't walk. All right? This is good and this is bad. This is wicked and this is righteous. All right? That's what Yahweh Shem Yahushai has given us.
Yeah. And how do we know what that is? That was given unto Moses,
right?
Which came in the form of physical tablets that he got from Mount Zion when he was supping with the Lord. But before times, it was in that breath.
Right. It was verbal. Right.
Mm-hmm.
It was received by Yahweh Shem Yahushai. It was a breath and that verbal contract, essentially. All right, that Yahweh Shem Yahushai made with his nation, his people, before he established them even to be that nation. All right.
Verse 9, he gave them to glory in his marvelous acts forever, that they might declare his works with understanding.
Right. Hey, what he did for us, how he took us up out of the land of Egypt, how he provided and took care of our forefathers. All right. Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Through all the deliverance that Yahweh Shem Yahushai and all the preservation that he has shown unto his people. All right. Hey, from Moses, all right, to Noah. All right. Noah and his 3 sons. Okay. Hey, what did he do for Noah? He gave him a seed line, a Shem, preserving the seed. All right, that the nation of Israel would eventually come to pass. The prophecy would be fulfilled. Why? Because he had a love for Noah. All right. He had Noah built that ship. Noah is noble. All right. Yeah, I think it's one more, right?
Ecclesiasticus 17 and 10. Let's see. verse 10 it says, "And the elect shall praise his holy name."
Right. So, hey, the elect, Lord willing, we be those men. All right. But Yahweh Shem Yahushua said this is what his servants and his men would be doing at the end days and the end times, to be calling upon his holy name. All right. Remembering who we are and whose we are. All right. Remembering what our forefathers was told. Okay. Giving us that breath of life again, that we may start being brought back unto Yahweh Shem Yahushua from being those dry bones in the valley. All right? That Yahweh Shem Yahushua provides everything unto us, and we have no other. All right? We turn away from these false fables, these false idols, and these piss poor doctrines. All right? It's the only way I can say it without getting so vulgar right now. All right? But hey, the disgusting way that we have lived in times past to live no more. Because we were disgusting. All right? Not having Yahweh Shem Yahushua.
We'll get to verse 11 here. In verse 11 it says, "Besides this, he gave them knowledge and the law of life for an heritage."
Right, this is our heritage. How to live, how to teach others how to live. But before we teach anybody else, we must first teach ourselves, our own nation, in Yahweh Shem Yahushua. Yahweh Shem Yahushua is dealing with our apostles. Our head apostle, Apostle Tahar, Apostle Gabar, Apostle Rakal, Apostle Ramla, the elders and the bishops, all the way down to the newest brother teaching the 100% truth coming out of GMS. It is this doctrine that is going to lead unto salvation. If you but have a endurance and patience in the will, and the will to fight through the will and power of Yahweh Shem Yahushua. You have to have hope, mercy, and grace on your side through the will and power of Yahweh Shem Yahushua. You have to have that breath of life. There's no other way. The Holy Spirit has to be with you. And that is all through Yahweh Shem Yahushua. What? Breathing that breath of life unto you. All right? You got it.
In verse 12 it says, "He made an everlasting covenant with them and showed them his judgments."
Right. His laws, statutes, and commandments. His judgments. How to live, how not to live, what to do, what not to do. All right?
Which one? I get verse 13.
No, this.
Okay. Next is Psalms 149.
And that goes into what you just said. This is Psalms 149, verse 17. It's like,
19.
yeah, 19, yeah. What? 149. Psalms 147:19 says, "He showeth his word unto Jacob, his statutes and his judgments unto Israel. He hath not dwelt so with any nation. And as for his judgments, they have not known them. Praise ye Yahweh Shem Yahushua."
So here it is, hands down.
Wait, what more proof do you need?
Right?
I was like, he told you who he was dealing with, the people, who he loved, and he's telling you he don't deal with nobody else.
And it was never given to anybody else. That breath of life was never given to anybody else. None. So, if it wasn't given to anybody else, then that means prophecy and Yahweh Shem Yahushua's people are still here today. That means that the book is going to be fulfilled here. That Yahweh Shem Yahushua's word is faithful and true yet again. Proving it yet again. That he changes not. It has always been the same. He's always had the same people that he's wanted, that he has chosen. He provided his people with the wisdom, knowledge, and understanding, and would not give it unto another. If you understand the doctrine of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, congratulations, you are of the children of Israel. If you do not understand, congratulations, you are not of the nation of Israel, but you have a position to be played, and you will play it. You have no other choice. We all have to fall in love with our lots. Heathen or not heathen. Israelite of the 1/3, Lord willing, would be of that number, or the 2/3. Whatever your position is, you must fall in love with it. Because it is prophecy. It is Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai's will.
And I just want to, clarify what the brother was saying, that, the elect in these times will understand this truth and gospel, but you are going to have some Israelites that reject the knowledge of the Lord and can't get it. So just to clarify that, because a heathen is impossible of understanding this truth.
Right.
It's impossible for them to understand, the true meaning behind, or the true meaning of this book, which is the Bible.
Right. Hey.
You can't receive God's, Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai's message at all. An Israelite can understand it, but
being blocked from it.
Right now we're in the times of only the elect is going to be saved. That remnant, that righteous remnant, will be saved out of this upcoming time.
Yeah. And the 2/3 of the nation of Israel, like the brother just said, the water, might understand it, but ultimately being blocked from it.
Yeah.
Right?
It might reject it, or
reject it.
They don't have the ears to see, because they're not of
the eyes to see.
Yeah, the ears to hear and the eyes to see, but they're not the chosen. Put it plain and simple. They rejected the Lord in the past, and they in the same lot today.
Yep.
So therefore you are counted as a heathen, and you're going to
lock it
and go out with them.
All right, you got his lock it.
Next is Psalms 82 and 6.
Yeah.
Unless you're there right now.
Yeah, I'm right there. I just turned right to it.
I'm here. Psalms 82 and 6. I have said, ye are gods, and all of you are children of the Most High.
Right, and who's that? It's only the nation of Israel. Right? We just explained who the children were. Who was given the laws, statutes, and commandments? Who was given the breath of life? Those are the children of the Most High.
Right. Therefore, that's the only reason you could be, and when it says gods, it just means a power. We're many gods. All right. Many, as in smaller.
Right.
Lesser of importance compared to Yahweh Shai, or compared to Yahweh, because Yahweh Shai is made in the image of Yahweh.
Right.
All right. Likewise, he said that we're going to share that same inheritance. We have we're joint heirs, so we're going to be, we're going to have access to the same type of power that Yahweh Shai has access to.
We are on a level. We're not on his level.
Right.
Where you heathen nations are on no level.
But as Yahweh Shai said when he was on the earth, he said that you will do miracles greater than I have done.
Right.
In these times that we're in right now. All right, that's what he was telling the disciples. He told the disciples for the time that they were about to come into, but it extends to the time that we're in right now, because we're still in those last days.
God.
So things that Yahweh Shai's miracles were too much to be written in the book. Mm-hmm. It tells you that in the first chapter of Luke.
The world could not contain.
Yeah. So we ain't heard about half the stuff that Yahweh Shai did, but we're gonna do greater things.
God.
And that's the same, power that is given, and it extends throughout the body of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai.
And that's the same power that we serve.
Right.
All right. In the like image.
Yeah, because we can only do what the Lord allows us to do.
God.
But the Lord, has it all
Yep.
at the blink of a whenever He wanted, before you could even think about it, He got it.
Right.
That's the omnipotency, and then see, which is all power. That goes into, then that goes back into the law, statutes, and commandments, because those were made for us to be immortal.
Right.
All right, those were made. It says that the performance of the law is Yahweh's omnipotency.
Right. And breeds righteousness and immortality. All right. Eternal life.
All right, this is gonna be
Yeah, 7.
And 7.
Yeah.
It was 6 and 7.
Yeah.
there you go.
Verse 7. It says, "But ye shall die like men, and fall like one of the princes."
And that's what exactly why Jake now, because we obey not the law, statutes, and commandments. We were made subject unto this so we could be those powers.
Right.
So we are those judges. Judges have to know both sides to judge correctly. Then you can be in perfection. You see, this is all the process of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai's a refining process to make many gods. All right? As the brother just said, lowercase gods, many powers. All right?
All right, this is this is Romans 8:20. It says, "For the creature was made subject to vanity, not willingly, but by reason of him who hath subjected the same in hope."
Right, because Yahweh Bashem Yahushai said we didn't do it willingly, but he made us this way for his purpose, to make us many, to know the perfection that he has, to only be able to perform some of what he says, what is perfect. Because Yahweh Bashem Yahushai said, we'll be made likened unto him, so we will be perfect. Be ye perfect as I am perfect, as Yahweh Bashem Yahushai says. All right, so we will perform and do the things that Yahweh Bashem Yahushai does on a smaller scale, but in all righteousness, in all power. All right, never capping power. All right, and always dwarfing, always our power being dwarfed under Yahweh Bashem Yahushai's power. All right, but in sight of these other nations, there is no greater power than the power of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. All right, which is Yahweh Bashem Yahushai and extends to his nation.
Job 33:4.
What's after that?
1 John 3.
I thought you were pulling 33 and 4. My bad.
I got it. It's Job 33 and 4. It's lucky. It says, "The spirit of Yahweh hath made me, and the breath of the Almighty hath given me life."
Right, it goes yet again to prove that the breath and the spirit of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai is that makes us live, that gives us everything that we need, and that made us a whole man. All right, a whole soul. All right, is the breath of life that Yahweh Bashem Yahushai has provided unto his nation, starting first and foremost with the fruits of the spirit. All right, the first fruits of the spirit, the 144,000 elect men. All right, it is that was provided unto us as a nation. All right.
All right, this is going to be 1 John chapter 3, verse 1 through 2.
Was you pulling it?
No, you got it.
Okay. 1 John 3 and 1. It says, "Behold, what manner of love the Father hath bestowed upon us, that we should be called the sons of God. Therefore the world knoweth us not, because it knew him not. Beloved, now are we the sons of God, and it doth not yet appear what we shall be. But we know that when he shall appear, we shall be like him, for we shall see him as he is."
Right. Even though to the world it doesn't appear that we're those men. Lord willing, we be of that elect number. But there were of the nation of Yahweh B'Shem Yahweh Shai, the so-called Negro, Latino, Native American, and Seminole Indian, as well as the speckled bird whose father's line goes back, that you were made in the image of Yahweh B'Shem Yahweh Shai. You were meant to perform his laws, statutes, and commandments to the best of your ability on this side. You were meant to fight for salvation. You have a job. You have a way to walk. You have counsel. You have a conscience. You have everything that Yahweh B'Shem Yahweh Shai meant for the perfect man, the perfect woman to be in you. And you have to fight to bring that out of you, even though your perfection will not be on this side. We have to fight to be as perfect as we can. We have to fight for salvation, for that grace and mercy that Yahweh B'Shem Yahweh Shai will provide unto us and has provided unto us. Because we're able to understand, have eyes to see and ears to hear. Receiving the eye salve to keep your mind focused.
Having that breath.
All right? That breath of life. Being focused. Being kingdom-minded. Submitting and committing yourself back unto Yahweh B'Shem Yahweh Shai to the best of your ability.
Yeah. It's rehearsing those righteous acts, because ultimately what's going to save us in these times is the faith in Yahweh Shai.
Mm-hmm.
All right? And being chosen, with faith, also comes the work. So you're going to go back to the best, as the brother said, to the best of your ability to, rehearse those righteous acts to find favor from the Lord.
Yep.
So it goes back into, you're not going to be, have faith in Yahweh Shai, Yahweh B'Shem Yahweh Shai, and then not repent from those wicked works.
Right.
And continue on in wickedness. No. You're going to do right by him.
Yep.
And that's what leads and starts that movement into that power. That's what the elect is doing now to regain that, that position, because when we're on when we're in good favor of the Lord, that's when the nation of Israel can't be stopped.
Right.
That's when we retain, glory.
Right.
Which is going to be the deliverance from Yahweh Shai. But, those things need to come and play first. Hey, the elect has to be sealed, and we have to endure pretty much the affliction that the Lord has predestined us for.
Yep.
Or predetermined us to go through.
Every man in his lot, every woman in her lot. Following after the way of Yahweh B'Shem Yahweh Shai. Being subject unto Yahweh B'Shem Yahweh Shai.
Submission.
This is fight for righteousness.
Right.
We had something else?
1 Corinthians 15 and 45.
Yeah. Did you have a pre before that?
I got 1 Corinthians chapter 15, verse 45, and it says, "And so it is written, the first man, Adam, was made a living soul. The last Adam was made a quickening spirit." Verse 46, "Howbeit that was not first which is spiritual, but that which is natural."
Right. So Yahweh B'Shem Yahweh Shai made the natural man of the earth. All right. The first Adam was a natural man of the earth, subject to the things of the earth. He was a creature made a subject unto sin. All right. By him who made him. All right. The first Adam had to go off. He had to go off so we could receive the kingdom and the glory of Yahweh B'Shem Yahweh Shai. He had to do what he did so we could learn the lesson to be the judges of the earth. So we could judge correctly and aright. So we can be the best man that there is to be under Yahweh B'Shem Yahweh Shai, because we're made in his image.
And it says, "And afterward that which is spiritual." Verse 47, "The first man is of the earth, earthy. The second man is the Lord from heaven."
Right. So we shall be like unto him when we see him. Yahweh Shai is coming in his perfection, in his glory, his might, his majesty. What did Yahweh Shai say? Hey, you see me, you see the Father. We're going to be likened unto Yahweh Shai. Yahweh Shai is made in the image of the Father. So we shall be made in what? The image of the Father. Under Yahweh Shai. Every man in his order and every man in his lot. Loving the lot that Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai has bestowed them for. Adawan Aratazai, we be of that 144,000 elect men. No envy, no strife. Commending a brother. All right? For the brother's work. What that man has done, standing faithful and true. 10 toes down, as the world says. For Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai.
In verse 48 it says, as is the earthy, such are they also that are earthy. And as is the heavenly, such are they also that are heavenly.
So if you focus on the things on the earth, you're only going to stand the earthly things. The elect understand spiritual things. Lord willing, we be those men. We judge spiritual things, not just these earthly things, but we look at spiritual things because everything is spiritual.
As the scriptures say, to be carnally minded is death, and to be spiritually minded is life.
Right.
And this is verse 49. It says, and as we have borne the image of the earthy, we shall also bear the image of the heavenly.
Right. To be likened unto him. All right. With that heavenly body. All perfection. All right. Never to go off. Never have to worry about being sick. Never have to worry about, hey, anybody, anything, anything coming up against you in any way, shape, or form. All right? A fly not get out of its place and touch you. All right? A gnat not fly in your drink because, hey, why? You would have to throw that drink away. Everything to be holy and to be righteous as Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai has meant for his nation to be in perfection. Not only performing the laws perfectly, but enforcing the laws perfectly. This is the kingdom of heaven. This is the kingdom of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. Our brothers got anything else? Lord willing, this was an uplifting, edifying lesson. We want to give all honor and glory and praise unto Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shai Bahashem Rakakadash. Double honors to our apostles and elders of Great Millstone, to all the Akim out there teaching and preaching this truth with 144% sincerity, to the men, women, and children listening, learning, to the Ba'ish Dabadat, the house of David. To the next time, it's men of valor saying Shalom, Kwam Yasharala, Ra Abal Babal, Shalom.